Commitment to too many things is destroying any kind of progress you'll ever have. Let me explain. Let's start financially. If you have a goal financially to get a certain amount of money and get to the point that you're good to go, wouldn't it be easier if you had less subscriptions, expenses, and things of that nature? Why make it more complicated for yourself by adding the commitments that you have? For example, if you need a car for transportation, to go to school, to go to work, whatever you need to do, why get something expensive? When I say expensive, I mean from the standpoint of you're putting this much money into it, but what are you getting in return? What will it become in return? Is it depreciating in value or is it increasing in value? If you need something to get you up and down, get you here, from here to there, why just not get something that is efficient on gas, efficient for you in order to get the task done, not for you to look better? You know what I mean? Why have many pairs of expensive shoes when you can have a couple and have a good top to go with it, or a nice haircut, nice physique to go with it? Why overdo it in that department? Why overdo it by eating out as opposed to eating at home? Over the long term, you're saving a lot more eating at home, even though people still believe that it's more expensive eating in. Spouses, if you're not ready to be dating, why are you dating? It's money down the drain. And to move forward into marriage, right? If you're not in the right mindset, if you're not ready for it, it ends up in divorce. Sometimes you have a child, that's 18 years, over 100,000 easily for just the child part. I'm not even going to mention the divorce and what that comes with. You see what happens there with that commitment when you're not ready for it? Extra credit cards, extra jewelry, haircuts every week. You don't need to have $100 haircuts every week. You know what I'm saying? So condense the commitments. You don't need all these commitments. To get to your goal as fast as possible, you need to niche down, narrow the focus, look at where you're going and go there. In fitness, pick something and go after it. You cannot say, I'm going to build muscle, burn fat, be strong, be athletic, be cardiovascular fit, be flexible, be mobile. No. Pick one, go after it for 4 months, and then after, redirect, evaluate what happened, and then you change. Narrow things down, folks. Stop with the overcommitments. It's getting you nowhere. If you focus everywhere, you get nowhere. If you're too broad, you're not really targeting anybody specific. This is business 101. If you're not niche down, if you don't have a specific demographic, you're not going to attract anybody. It's just random. It's not predictable. It's all over the place. For your life, you have to get specific. You have to stop overcommitments. If you know you want to be somewhere in life, you cannot cater to what people want to do. It means that you cannot be out partying and all these things and want to wake up in the morning the next day and be productive. They don't go together. You're going to have to say no. You're going to have to say, listen, I got things to do in the morning. Peace. If those around you don't understand, they're not for you. You have to understand where your focus is and focus there. You cannot make the cake and eat it too. Figure of speech. Get what I'm saying? Reduce the commitments. If you know you have a goal and you know that the commitments you're adding will delay where you're going, maybe it's not the right thing to commit to those things yet. And the key word is yet. Maybe at some point in your life you can commit to more things, but before that happens, you have to narrow things down. Make it simple for yourself. Make it simple for yourself. If you're in a position where you're doing too much on your own, maybe that is when you need to delegate. Right? Think about it like delegation. You don't need to take on everything by yourself. You don't need to take on more expenses. You don't need to take on more things to feel like you're doing more. You don't. Narrow things down. Focus on one thing at a time. You will reach your goals faster that way. In many areas of life. In the gym, focus on building muscle first. Once you have a foundation, a baseline, then from there you can navigate. But the first step, build muscle. Building muscle will allow you to get to the point you're burning a lot of calories at rest. It's easy for you to keep off body fat because your metabolism is higher. And you can eat more because of that. And fat burning becomes easier after that as well. But if you try to go the other route, it's going to be even harder to do anything. You know what I mean? That's just an example. If you want to get to a certain point financially, reduce the subscriptions, reduce the commitments, reduce all the extra expenses. You don't need them. Eating out, eat at home. You don't need $50 meals. $50 meals 4 times a day. $200 times 7 days, $1,400. You really think that's less expensive than eating in? With $300, you have groceries for 2 weeks. Depending on your size, depending on how much you need to eat per day. Reduce your commitments. Reduce your commitments. You don't need the extra stuff. Who are you trying to impress? Them? Are they even impressive? Think about this. You're trying to impress people that aren't impressive. You're trying to impress people that aren't impressive. Are they even impressive? Why are you trying to impress them? Impress who matters to you. Your parents. Your loved ones. God. Your future self. Because your future self will be somebody looking back at who you were before. Do you want to look back and regret? Or do you want to look back saying, I came a long way? Be careful who you search validation from. Because a lot of these individuals you're looking for validation from aren't all that. They're insecure. They're going to look at you and belittle you. They're going to look at you and downplay your successes. Oh, he looks good, so let me try to act like he's nothing. Oh, he thinks it's all that. He always posts his workout stuff and drawings. Oh, he thinks it's all that. He has a beard. Oh, he thinks it's this. Blah, 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 blah. While that is happening, get up in the morning, get on with the day, work. Get on with the day, go back to sleep, wake up, repeat. That's it. All that matters is the mission and the success of the mission over here. That's how you gotta think. Narrow your focus, go towards where you're focusing, and readjust as you need. Don't add extra commitments you don't need. It's stressing you out. Drama and stress is a no-no. Reduce the commitments. Reduce the extra stuff to make it easier on yourself to hit your goals. That's it for the video. Thank you so much for listening. If you took anything from the video and if it was valuable to you, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more videos. May God bless you, and catch you next time.